Ancient art refers to the many types of art produced by the advanced cultures of ancient societies, with some form of writing, such as those of ancient China, India, Mesopotamia, Persia, Palestine, Egypt, Greece, and Rome. The art of pre-literate societies is normally referred to as prehistoric art and is not covered here, although some pre-Columbian cultures developed writing during the centuries before the arrival of Europeans. On grounds of dating, these are covered at pre-Columbian art and articles such as Maya art and Aztec art. Olmec art is mentioned below. Renaissance is the painting, sculpture, and decorative arts of a period of European history known as the Renaissance, which emerged as a distinct style in Italy. The body of art, painting, sculpture, architecture, music, and literature identified as Renaissance art was primarily produced during the 14th, 15th, and 16th centuries in Europe, under the combined influence of an increased awareness of nature, a revival of classical learning, and a more individualistic view of man.
The Baroque is a style of art that flourished in Europe from the early 17th century until the 1740s. In the territories of the Spanish and Portuguese empires, including the Iberian Peninsula, it continued together with new styles until the first decade of the 1800s. The Impressionism is a 19th century art movement characterized by relatively small themes, yet visible brush strokes, open composition, emphasis on accurate depiction of life in its changing qualities, ordinary subject matter, inclusion of movement as a crucial element of human perception and experience, and unusual visual angles. Impressionism originated with a group of Paris-based artists whose independent exhibition brought them to prominence during the 1870 and 1880.
Post-Impressionism is an artistic movement that once born in the French and the end of the 18th century. It is represented as the continuation and opposition to the Impressionists. It takes elements of it, but at the same time rejects the limitation and style. In a pragmatic way, what the characterize post-impressionists are the short and perceived book stroke, a reflection of the rapid change that takes place at the time. Pure colors evoke the radicality that exists in the society. Nature is no longer seen in a subjective way, but observed as a whole. To the movement of the imagine together with the texture reflect the cultural dynamics that accelerated things for the new means of the transport, the importation of exotic objects, especially from the East. In conclusion, post-impressionists conceive of a liberation of classical forms, color, and textures, transformed along with the social shape of the later 1800. The verbs of region are completely anchored and give to the cultural of conclusion and equality that lasts until today. Impressionism. Impressionism was an avant-garde movement that emerged in Germany at the beginning of the 20th century, coinciding with French Fauvism, with which it has many points in common, reject some of mime's and violent colors. However, it differs from this movement by having a more pessimistic, uglier hue, and its were since the German Expressionists did not scheme on showing the morbid, the perverted, the obscene. Expressionism becomes a deformation of the reality to express it in a more subjective way. They want to show feelings, emotions, something that illustrate nature and the human beings.
The Stichel, 1917-1931. This movement showed force, extraction, and simplicity. Was a group of Dutch artists who created abstract art that adhered to vertical and horizontal geometry. Pop art was an art movement of the 20th century. It was characterized by using images and objects from popular culture taken from the mass media, advertisements, magazines, comics, cinema, or from everyday reality.
Cubism, 1908 to 1980, broke traditional painting by rejecting in a single by point, fewer and simpler forms in brighter colors. Dada, 1916 to 1920, emphasized the role of the unpredictable in art, characterized by a spirit of anarchy, revolt,